Hey everyone, in this video I want to talk to you about the fear of not meeting the right person in time. It's an incredibly valid fear, especially in today's world where it seems like so few people work on themselves. I don't know if in the past more people did this or if it was just sort of that the cultural norms were different, so people were taught how to be more well-mannered and respectable back in, say, 100 years ago during like the 1920s. I mean, it was certainly a different time period. There was less degeneracy, to put it all into one encapsulating word. The people were definitely more well-mannered than they are today because, I mean, it was a prioritization of society that you were kind of expected to be a respectable person, but that's not really a thing anymore. So with that, you now have adults who act like children and people who just don't really ever choose to work on themselves. And that means that the dating pool for people who do work on themselves has become a lot smaller than before. It's a lot more difficult to find someone who actually is going to be on the same level as you if you take the time to constantly improve yourself and to grow yourself. So we live in a world where it can be rather easy to fall into that mentality of being afraid of not running into the right person in the right time, meaning when you hope to meet them. I mean, if you plan to start a family, and I know I do, there is a time limit on that. We all know that, especially for the women out there, because it's a lot easier for men to continue having children as they get older in age, but the way that a woman's eggs are affected by her age, it's a lot different. So women do have a specific timeline that they have to meet, whereas men, not so much. So it's a really important and valid thing to have this fear. And I'll tell you, in my own life, I pretty much have this myself because, I mean, I've met a decent amount of great women in my life so far, but ever since I've been capable of capitalizing on my opportunities to meet great women, meaning ever since I've had enough experience with women to be able to connect with them on a deeper level, I haven't actually met any great women who were single. That's been the problem in my adult life. When I was younger, sure, I would meet some great women by my standards back then, but I had no idea how to connect with them, so I was never able to capitalize on those opportunities. And now as an adult, when I can finally connect with those women and talk to them and take them out on dates and that sort of thing, now every time I've run into a great woman, she isn't single. They're always taken. And that's one of the main problems of people who work on themselves, primarily more so women, because they'll get scooped up by men really quickly. Whereas for the case for all the guys out there, I mean, there aren't many women out there who are going to immediately just approach you and scoop you up. That's something more that men do. So since women are so afraid of rejection, they often aren't going to be the first one to approach you. So because of that, if you're a man who works on himself, you could still go quite some time before meeting a great woman, because you're going to have to find her out there in the world. You're going to have to approach them and seek them out on God knows where. I mean, I don't know if they're on dating apps. I really don't believe they're out there, because so far that hasn't worked for me, or at least every time I think I've found a great woman on a dating app, she turns out not to be. So I don't know where you're meant to find them. Maybe on things that are like-minded, like if you go to, I don't know, seminars for people who work on themselves. Like I've heard about people going to those Tony Robbins seminars and meeting someone great there. Maybe that works. I don't know. There are some people who go to those things who are a bit eccentric, to say the least. I don't know where to find them. But my whole point is, this is a very valid fear, because like I've already said, if you work on yourself, it is pretty difficult to find someone else who does the same, just because so few people choose to do that nowadays, or at least it seems to be the case. I don't know if you guys have had more luck in that regard than me. I mean, I've met a lot of great guys who are seemingly working on themselves, but a lot of them are still single, and I've met a lot of great women, but like I said, they're all taken, so I don't know how this problem is meant to solve itself. I really don't. But I can tell you in my own case, I am getting a bit, I'm not really getting old per se. I don't view myself as old by any means, but I do know that I'm getting closer to the age where I do want to have a family, where I want to start a family. I mean, I'm going to be 28 pretty soon here, within a month actually. Holy crap, within a freaking month. But yeah, so it's already coming up, and I still haven't met a great woman, and I know I want to meet her before ideally 30, so that it gives us 5 years to plan to have children around the time I'll be 35. Well, that is assuming that she's the same age as me, but I have that fear as well, because I'm thinking, okay, I'm getting closer to 35, which is the ideal age where I want to do that, ideally beforehand. So if I can't meet her before then I'm screwed in that regard. So it's interesting, but I don't really have solutions for you guys. I just wanted to talk about this subject because I'm sure there are plenty of you out there who feel the same way, especially if you've actually taken the time to work on yourself a lot over the years. It can be so difficult to find someone who is where you want them to be, someone who will actually be capable of creating a healthy relationship, because so few people are actually at that point. So few people take the time to want to even learn how to create healthy relationships. And then if they learn how to do it, they have to put in a ton of work to actually be able to create it. So it's just so difficult to find. But anyway, guys, that's pretty much all I have for you in this video. Just discussing the subject of how you can have a bit of a fear of not encountering the right person in the right time. And that's okay. I mean, I even have the same fear. So there you go. A lot of us are in the same boat in this regard. And hopefully things will work out for us. I guess time will tell. But anyway, if you enjoy videos like this, and be sure to subscribe. Otherwise, like the video. That's the easiest way you can help me out. And let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below, because yeah, I'm curious how many of us are in the same boat here, because I don't know, it's an interesting topic. But share this to anyone who you think would benefit from it. And remember, guys, we're all in this journey together. So the most important things are that you just keep moving forward. Just keep going. Do not give up. No matter how bad those fears become in your mind, or no matter how much that negative voice tries to tell you that you're going to end up alone, that's BS. Ignore that voice. Kick it off to the side and just keep moving forward. Keep growing until you end up where you want to be. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci.